Now, at this same period, Hamed had enemies jealous of his wealth and low-key lifestyle. That same night, they had decided to rob him of his money, and so when they struck with hopes that they would be able to gain some wealth from Ham's properties. Now, Hamed lived in an affluent home, but his goods were moderate. He was not a man who believed in showing off, and so, when the thieves came, they were stunned even as they searched his home that they could find nothing to steal from him. They searched for hard currencies, but came up empty, as Hamed had given everything to Jamilu that afternoon. Frustrated by Ham's compliance, lack of resistance, but confident assurance that, "I am just a struggling man, you will find nothing here," they became annoyed and produced their POS machine. "Transfer the money here," they growled angrily. Hamed only smiled and said, "Take the 18. Insert the pin here," and gave them the pin. Thus, when they took the pin and did as they wanted, they transferred as much money as they wanted to their POs. Afterwards, they tied Hamed up and fled into the night. Now Hamed was discovered by his cleaner the next day and thus released. When the news of his robbery was discovered, the robbers were hunted, because the neighbors of Hamdi were affluent men who felt hurt that such a thing could happen in their neighborhood. It was quite easy anyways to hunt them, and within 3 weeks were found. However, within that period, Hamed was broke, and being a proud man, refused charity. Thus, he started to meet his debtors and politely asked them for his money. He did not want to meet Jamilu because he did not think Jamilu would have pulled himself, but he was in for a big surprise. You see, Jamilu had just had a windfall and was no longer broke. When he heard Ham's predicament, he immediately assembled relief, even more than Hamda had borrowed him, and sent it to him with a thank you note. Hamed, happy thus, was able to tide himself over until the thieves were caught and his money returned to him. And as he counted his finances happily, he remembered a saying from his father, "Cast thy bread upon the waters, and thou shalt find it after many days." Also, since he was a religious and tolerant man, he remembered a biblical scripture that said, "Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee turn not thou away." He smiled and promised himself that no matter what, he would continue to do good to every man every day and within his capability. Thank you for watching.